Life is not what happens to you, it is what happens through you. The world you see is nothing more than the reflection of the state you occupy. So why allow yourself to be disturbed by those who do not see as you see? Do not waste your energy on negative people, for they are merely actors in a play you no longer wish to participate in. If you react, you remain bound. If you assume indifference, they dissolve like mist before the morning sun. Your energy is your wealth, your most sacred possession. Where you place it, there your world shall be. If you give it to those who dwell in fear, doubt, and limitation, you make their reality yours. But if you invest it in the vision of what you desire to be, the world reshapes itself to match your assumption. When you encounter negativity, remember, it is not real unless you accept it as real. Let them say what they will, let them doubt, let them mock. Their words hold no power unless you consent to them. You are the creator, you are the cause. All things are drawn to you according to the state in which you dwell. So rise above the need to defend, to argue, to persuade. Instead, assume the feeling of already being the person you wish to be, and the world will reflect it effortlessly. This is the great secret. The moment you refuse to waste your energy on negativity, it loses its grip on you. The moment you focus on the truth of who you are, the shadows fade and only light remains. So today, choose wisely. Where will you place your energy? On the vision of what you love, or on the illusions of those who do not yet see? The choice is always yours. Everything you experience in life is a mirror of your inner world. The people you meet, the circumstances you encounter, and the challenges you face are all external manifestations of the state you habitually dwell in. If you hold within yourself feelings of doubt, fear, or resentment, you will see those very qualities reflected in the world around you. Likewise, if you cultivate an inner state of peace, confidence, and love, your external world will inevitably take shape according to that assumption. The world does not create your thoughts create the world you perceive. Consider the way two people can walk into the same room and have completely different experiences. One sees hostility, judgment, and rejection, while the other sees warmth, opportunity, and friendship. It is not the room that changes, but the state of mind each person brings into it. This is the great truth that so many fail to recognize. The outer world is not separate from you. It is your consciousness pushed outward. You are never at the mercy of circumstances, but always shaping them, whether you do so knowingly or unconsciously. The moment you truly grasp this, you will see why wasting your energy on negative people is not only unnecessary, but also harmful to your own state of being. If you entertain negativity, if you argue, defend, or seek validation from those who do not understand, you are merely reinforcing that energy within yourself. You are choosing to make their limited perception a part of your reality. But if you shift your focus inward and assume the state of the person you wish to be, those who do not match that state will naturally fade from your experience. The world, as it appears to you, is shaped by your dominant thoughts and emotions. If you believe the world is filled with opposition, betrayal, or struggle, that is exactly what you will encounter. For you cannot perceive beyond the limitations of your current state. But if you assume a world of kindness, abundance, and harmony, life will rearrange itself to prove you right. The external world is only a canvas. The true work happens within you. Change your inner world, and the outer world will follow, effortlessly and without resistance. This is why your energy is sacred. To waste it on negativity is to invite more of it into your reality. To protect it is to ensure that your world unfolds according to your highest vision. Every thought you persistently hold, every emotion you consistently feel, is planting the seeds of your future experiences. And the only way to change what appears outside is to take full command of what happens inside. No one has power over you unless you give it to them. The words, actions, and opinions of others hold no real force unless you accept them as true and react accordingly. Negative people thrive on reaction. They seek to provoke, to draw you into their state of mind, to make you believe in their version of reality. But the moment you refuse to engage, their influence crumbles. They are like shadows on the wall. They may appear real, but they have no substance unless you acknowledge them. Imagine someone throwing a stone into a still pond. The moment it touches the surface, ripples spread in all directions. But what if the water remained unmoved? The stone would sink unnoticed and the surface would remain calm. Your mind is that still water, and negative people are merely throwing stones. If you react, you create waves in your own consciousness, disturbing your inner peace. But if you remain unaffected, their negativity vanishes as if it never existed. Many people waste their energy trying to correct, convince, or fight against negativity. They believe they must defend themselves, explain their worth, or counter every negative word spoken about them. But in doing so, they are playing the very game they wish to escape. To react is to agree, to acknowledge their power over you. The real strength lies in silence, in indifference, in knowing that no one outside of you determines your state of being. Negativity only survives when it is fed. It needs attention, engagement, and emotional investment to grow. But if you starve it, if you refuse to react, if you remain firm in your inner conviction, it fades away. The same people who once tried to bring you down will lose interest, and situations that once seemed challenging will resolve themselves effortlessly. This is not weakness. This is mastery. It is the quiet power of someone who understands that their energy is far too valuable to be spent on anything but their highest vision. You do not need to fight negativity. You only need to rise above it. Like a bird soaring high above the storm, you can exist in a state where the turbulence below cannot reach you. The world will always contain those who doubt, criticize, and misunderstand. But their words mean nothing unless you choose to make them a part of your reality. And the moment you stop reacting, you reclaim the power that was always yours. Everything you do, everything you create, and everything you experience in life is a result of where you direct your energy. Your energy is not just your physical strength. It is your focus, your emotions, your attention, and your belief. It is the force that fuels your reality, shaping the circumstances and experiences that unfold before you. If you waste it on trivial matters, on arguing with negative people, on engaging in fear and doubt, you are scattering the very essence of your creative power. But if you harness it wisely, if you direct it toward your highest vision, there is nothing you cannot manifest. Every thought you persistently dwell on consumes energy. If you spend your days replaying old hurts, worrying about what others think, or reacting to negativity, you are depleting your most valuable resource on things that do not serve you. Imagine pouring water into a cup with holes in it. It will never fill. This is what happens when you allow your energy to be drained by external distractions. The key to true power is not to gain more energy, but to stop leaking it into places that do not benefit you. Your energy follows your attention. Where your attention goes, your life flows. If you give your energy to resentment, you will experience more reasons to be resentful. If you give it to doubt, life will prove your doubts correct. But if you invest it in the vision of who you wish to be, the world will begin to shift in ways that reflect that choice. The universe is always responding to the signals you emit. It does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are consistently focused on. The most successful, peaceful, and fulfilled people in the world are not those who fight every battle, engage in every argument, or chase every opportunity. They are those who understand the value of their energy and use it with intention. They choose where to invest their focus, protecting their inner state as if it were their greatest treasure. because it is. They do not waste their energy proving themselves to others, defending their choices, or reacting to negativity. Instead, they remain centered, allowing only what aligns with their vision to enter their consciousness. When you truly understand that your energy is your wealth, your creative force, your life's currency, you will stop giving it away so freely to things that drain you. You will become selective, guarding your thoughts and emotions as carefully as you would guard your most prized possession. And in doing so, you will find that life begins to work for you effortlessly, because you are no longer scattering your power, you are directing it with purpose. Your life is not shaped by chance, nor by the actions of others. It is shaped by your assumptions. Every belief you hold, whether consciously or unconsciously, manifests itself in your external world. You do not experience what you want, you experience what you assume to be true. If you believe that life is a struggle, it will be. If you assume that you are constantly misunderstood, the world will prove it to you. But if you accept deep within yourself that you are worthy, successful, and at peace, life will effortlessly reflect that assumption back to you. Assumption is not wishful thinking. It is not a fleeting hope or a vague desire. It is the deep, unquestioned belief that something already is. The moment you assume something to be true, your mind begins to organize your thoughts, behaviors, and perceptions to align with that assumption. You will find yourself taking actions that confirm it, noticing opportunities that support it, and attracting experiences that reinforce it. You may believe that circumstances control your life, but the truth is, your dominant assumptions shape the very circumstances you encounter. Look at your life as it stands today, every aspect of it, your relationships, your finances, your health, your self-image, is a direct reflection of what you have assumed to be true about yourself and the world. If you do not like what you see, do not try to change the external conditions first. Instead, go inward and shift the assumptions that created them. If you assume that success is difficult, life will make it so. But if you assume that success flows to you naturally, without struggle, you will begin to experience effortless progress. The power of assumption is so absolute that even those who doubt it are living proof of its truth. The person who believes in failure constantly encounters it, while the one who assumes victory walks in it, even before it appears. This is why wasting your energy on negative people is futile. They live in their own assumptions, and unless they change them, nothing you say will alter their experience. Your responsibility is not to convince others, but to master your own assumptions, knowing that in doing so, your world must align with your chosen reality. If you wish to transform your life, do not beg, do not struggle, do not force. Assume. Assume the feeling of already being the person you wish to become. Assume that all things are working in your favor. Assume that the life you desire is already yours. As you persist in this new state of being, the world will conform, for it has no choice but to reflect the reality you have claimed as your own. Negativity has no real power of its own. It is nothing more than a suggestion, a passing shadow, a whisper in the wind. It only takes shape and becomes part of your reality when you accept it as true. The world is filled with opinions, doubts, and fears, but none of them can touch you unless you open the door and let them in. What you reject cannot stay, and what you refuse to believe cannot influence you. The moment you stop giving negativity your attention, it fades into nothingness, for it was never real to begin with. Consider the nature of a mirage in the desert. From a distance, it appears real, a shimmering oasis, promising relief. But the closer you get, the more you realize there is nothing there. Negativity operates in the same way. It presents itself as truth, but it is only as real as your belief in it. If you accept it, if you dwell on it, if you allow it to shape your emotions, then it solidifies in your experience. But if you recognize it for what it is, an illusion, you will see that it has no substance of its own. The world around you is a reflection of your inner state. If you carry negativity within you, the world will seem full of obstacles, betrayals, and hardships. But if you refuse to engage with these lower states of being, if you choose instead to dwell in peace, confidence, and self-assurance, then negativity cannot take root in your reality. It may attempt to enter, but without your permission, it has nowhere to land. This is why some people seem untouched by the criticism and doubt of others. They simply do not accept it as part of their truth. Negativity needs a host to survive. It thrives when you engage with it, when you argue with it, when you fight against it. But if you do not react, if you do not feed it with your energy, it weakens and disappears. This is not avoidance, it is mastery. It is the understanding that you are the creator of your experience and that nothing has power over you unless you grant it authority. To rise above negativity is not to resist it, but to see through it, to recognize its emptiness, and to walk forward unaffected. There is great freedom in knowing that negativity is an illusion. No longer do you need to defend yourself, to explain yourself, to prove yourself. No longer do you need to engage in battles that do not serve you. Instead, you simply stand firm in your chosen reality, knowing that only what you accept can become part of your experience. The moment you stop giving negativity a place in your mind, it ceases to exist in your world. Your life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Every experience, every event, every encounter is a reflection of the state you dwell in. You are not at the mercy of fate, nor are you subject to the whims of others. You are the creator, shaping reality with every thought you persistently hold, every feeling you allow to take root, and every assumption you accept as true. The world outside of you is nothing more than a mirror, faithfully reflecting the contents of your inner world. Most people move through life believing they are victims of circumstances, blaming others, luck, or unseen forces for their struggles. But the truth is, everything you experience is a direct result of the energy you project. If you dwell in thoughts of lack, you will encounter lack. If you assume that people are unkind, your world will present you with evidence of cruelty. But the moment you shift your inner state, the outer world must follow. It has no choice, for it is only an echo of what you believe. Think of a painter standing before a blank canvas. The brush in his hand has the power to create anything, beauty or chaos, light or shadow. He does not blame the canvas for what appears upon it, for he knows that it merely reflects the strokes he has made. Your life is that canvas, and your mind is the brush. The images you impress upon it with feeling and conviction become the scenes you live out. Whether you paint a masterpiece or a mess is entirely up to you. The key to transforming your experience is to take full responsibility for it. This does not mean blaming yourself for past mistakes or hardships. It means recognizing that you hold the power to change your reality at any moment. If you do not like what you see, do not fight the world outside of you. Go within and shift the beliefs that created it. Assume the state of the person you wish to be, and life will begin to rearrange itself to match your new identity. The world is not something you must struggle against. It is something you create effortlessly by your state of being. Once you understand that you are the creator of your experience, you will stop wasting your energy on negativity, on doubt, or on the opinions of others. You will no longer seek permission to be who you wish to be, nor will you live in fear of what may come. Instead, you will walk with confidence, knowing that your reality is yours to shape. And as you persist in this understanding, life will unfold in ways that seem miraculous. But in truth, They are only the natural response to the power you have always held. There is no need to argue, no need to convince, and no need to prove yourself to anyone. The moment you feel the urge to defend your beliefs, you have already accepted the possibility that they can be challenged. But truth needs no defense. What you know within yourself to be real will manifest in your world regardless of whether others accept it or not. Those who seek to argue and debate are often rooted in their own limitations, projecting their doubts onto you. Engaging with them only traps you in the very state of mind you wish to rise above. Every argument is an admission that you believe someone else has power over your reality, but they do not. No one outside of you determines what is true for you. The world conforms to the assumptions you hold, not the opinions of those who do not see as you see. When you realize this, you will no longer feel the need to explain yourself, to seek validation, or to convince others of your worth. You will simply live your truth, and in doing so, your results will speak louder than words ever could. Understand that people can only see from the level of consciousness they occupy. If someone refuses to understand your perspective, it is not your duty to make them see. Their resistance is not proof that you are wrong. It is simply evidence of where they stand in their own journey. Trying to persuade them is like trying to teach a language they are not yet ready to understand. Instead of wasting your energy in debate, invest it in embodying the reality you wish to experience. When you argue, you descend into the very state you seek to transcend. You lower yourself to the vibration of conflict, making yourself subject to it. But when you remain silent, unmoved, and secure in your own knowing, you stand above the storm. Like a mountain that remains steady regardless of the winds that blow around it, you become untouchable by external resistance. The most powerful people are not those who convince others to follow them, but those who simply are, who embody their truth so fully that the world cannot help but take notice. True power is quiet. It does not argue, it does not chase, and it does not seek approval. It simply exists, unshaken and undeniable. Instead of trying to prove yourself, become the living proof of what you believe. Let your results speak, let your energy inspire, and let your presence be enough. Those who are ready will understand, and those who are not were never meant to. Either way, you remain above the need to persuade, because you know that what is truly yours will never require force. Your attention is your most powerful tool. Whatever you focus on expands, takes shape, and becomes a part of your experience. Most people drift through life, allowing their attention to be pulled in every direction, toward negativity, distractions, and circumstances they do not wish to experience. But the wise understand that attention is like currency. It must be spent intentionally. If you place it on problems, problems will grow. If you place it on possibilities, solutions will reveal themselves. The direction of your focus determines the quality of your life. The world is filled with noise, opinions, conflicts, doubts, and distractions. If you do not take control of your attention, it will be taken for you. Negative people, unnecessary arguments, and meaningless distractions are all traps designed to drain your energy. But you are not obligated to engage. You have the power to withdraw your focus, to refuse to give your energy to anything that does not serve your growth. Just as a gardener tends only to the plants he wishes to see flourish, you must tend only to the thoughts, beliefs, and experiences you want to cultivate in your reality. Every moment presents a choice. Will you focus on what empowers you or what weakens you? Will you place your attention on fear, doubt, and limitation, or will you turn toward confidence, peace, and abundance? Most people believe they must react to whatever is happening around them, but reaction is a habit, not a necessity. You can choose where to direct your mind, and in doing so, you decide what will grow in your world. Energy flows where attention goes. Choose wisely. and life will align with your highest vision. Think of your mind as a garden. If you allow weeds of negativity, worry, and conflict to take root, they will spread and consume everything. But if you plant seeds of success, joy, and self-belief, those will be the things that flourish. The key is to be disciplined with your focus. Do not waste time entertaining doubts or engaging with those who drain your energy. Every moment spent on negativity is a moment lost from building the life you desire. Protect your attention as if it were the most valuable resource you own, because it is. When you master your attention, you master your reality. You no longer feel the need to fight battles that do not matter. You do not chase validation, react to negativity, or dwell on what you do not want. Instead, you remain centered, directing your focus toward what elevates you. And as you persist in this, life begins to reflect back the choices you have made. The world does not shape you. You shape the world by what you choose to see. Your energy is sacred. Your attention is powerful. Your assumptions shape your reality. The world outside of you is nothing but a reflection of the state you choose to dwell in. When you understand this, you will no longer waste your time on negativity, on arguments, or on trying to convince those who cannot see what you see. Instead, you will rise above, walking with quiet confidence, knowing that your reality is yours to shape. Do not give your power away. Do not allow distractions, doubts, or the opinions of others to pull you from your path. Hold firm to your vision. Protect your focus and move forward with certainty. The moment you stop reacting to negativity, it loses its hold. The moment you stop seeking approval, you become free. And the moment you choose to assume the best, life will unfold in ways that seem effortless and miraculous. You were never meant to struggle. You were never meant to beg for what is already yours. You are the creator of your experience. Decide what you wish to see, claim it as yours, and let the world rearrange itself in response. As you walk forward, remember, energy flows where attention goes. Place your attention wisely, and life will reflect the masterpiece you have chosen to create.